It's week 2 of the NFL preseason, where depth charts and playbooks will be put to the test. It's the Broncos and the Bills, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
From the home of the Bills since 1973, we are at Highmark Stadium, just south of downtown Buffalo. Today, it's the second week of the preseason, and we've got a good matchup in store between the Denver Broncos and the Buffalo Bills. Brandon Good and Charles Davis, happy to be back alongside you. And I'll tell you what, yes, it's just week 2 of the preseason, but now they've got one game under their belts, and a lot of guys trying to prove some stuff down on the field here today.
Not only that, these coaches like to win. And I used to think it really didn't matter who won in the preseason. Then I watched some of those shows that the NFL does, and you see the coaches in preseason after a loss jumping all over their guys. So I learned one valuable lesson. Wins and losses count no matter what time of year it is.
And we are underway in Buffalo. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. Now here come the Bills, and you don't have to look hard to find their fifth-year star QB, taken 7th overall back in 2018, Josh Allen.
Buffalo gave Allen the most guaranteed money in league history before the start of last season, and boy, did he justify it by playing at an elite level once again, taking the Bills to 11 wins and another division title. Along the way, he threw for over 4,400 yards again and ran for 760 with 42 total touchdowns for a top-5 offense. They were knocked down in overtime thriller against Kansas City in the playoffs, and they will be one of the favorites to win the AFC this season.
He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards there, and the Bills have a first down.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
And this came from the edge, and those pass rushers, they have so many tricks of the trade to get around blockers. They have a lot of tools in their kit. This was pure speed and athleticism on this play, though, and they could barely get a glove on him before he got the quarterback on the ground.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this almost intercepted. Not sure he saw the free safety that time, but lucky, incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Time for our first look at the Denver offense, and of course the new face of the Broncos, 9-time Pro Bowler while in Seattle, Russell Wilson.
The Denver Broncos knew exactly what they wanted when they acquired Russell Wilson. They wanted to bring in a quarterback who was durable, consistent, and a proven winner to take a talented roster back to the postseason. And Russell Wilson, he was all of those things in Seattle. One losing record in 10 seasons, missed only 3 games in that time, and made 9 Pro Bowls.
And he'll hit this past the 30, prior to going out of bounds. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. Charles, that's a route that you and I have seen time and time again in our years up in this booth, and that executed well and a great throw, too.
And sometimes, even if you know it's coming, the execution will trump whatever you do on the defensive side of the ball. Plus, it was a well-thrown football. A nice, healthy gain right there.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson. This one swung out to Williams. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Looking to throw again on second down. Wilson finding Williams once more, complete. That one a first down pickup of 8. Well, we know he can run the football too, but he's a good pass catcher. That's been on display here, Charles, on this opening drive.
And we certainly have seen the benefits of what he did in the offseason, which was spend more time with wide receivers, working on routes, working on cuts, in order to make himself a more complete running back and even more of a threat downfield.
Again, Wilson. This will be caught. Judy. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. Really a solid start here on the opening drive, Charles. He's now 4 of 4, and they're already in plus territory.
Brandon, he's been so precise to start this game, like we're watching an operation taking place right now. Master surgeon at work.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 41. Here's Wilson. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. They run for the first time with Javonte Williams. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. On 3rd down, Wilson. He'll get this out to his running back, P-Ryan. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
To me, this is a case of if you're not getting the ball, you've got to do your job and block for the guy who is, because there really wasn't much there, and boy, the defense took advantage with that loss.
And the defense, they were just locked in there on 3rd. They had more guys than they could block. And that will wind up just short. He had it on line. It ran out of gas at the end, and this will remain a scoreless game.
Wow, partner, it's almost a little jarring to see a holder set up on the other side of midfield. I haven't brought out my binoculars to make sure on that one. That is showing an awful lot of confidence in a kicker to try and hit from 61 yards, and this one winds up no good.
So here come the Bills out for their second drive. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. Boy, that's tough, Charles. First play of the drive, you're hoping to stay ahead of schedule. You take that huge sack, and now you're facing 2nd and a mile.
And the entire time, you were probably thinking the same thing I was. Either get rid of the ball, safely of course, or go down. The yardage he gave up on that play, that's going to be tough for them to make up.
Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Here's Allen. He's got the hook up with Diggs. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 27 yards there, a first down. Well, he's a diminutive receiver, Charles. Not a ton of size, but still able to bring that in against double coverage.
I think that's a great job by him of understanding angles, because you mentioned his size. He's not going to go over the top of someone or body someone out of the way. He's got to make sure he creates enough space for himself by getting people into the wrong spot on defense, moving them with his body, and then showing his numbers to the quarterback to be open.
Now here's Allen. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Caden Stearns. He's at the 40, 20, 10, 5, and he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. So, Charles, our first points of the game provided defensively. What a play that was.
And I can only imagine that the folks at home watching are thinking to themselves, that's one of those plays where once the ball leaves the quarterback's hands, you just sort of go, uh-oh, and wait for the result. This time, the defense benefited.
On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. And he's got it. 7-0 Broncos. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Hines opting not to risk it, and this will come out to the 25.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here.
Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
And that is the third sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Throwing on second and long. Allen looking sideline, and he's going to have his man as he was able to walk the tightrope there for the completion. On third and long, it's Allen. Hard throw, incomplete. On fourth down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10.
So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out first and 10.
They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. Looking to throw on second down. Wilson.
Screen play set up for Williams.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Now Wilson. And this is going to be incomplete. On fourth down, it's Riley Dixon on now to kick it away for Denver.
Back deep, Nyheim Hines.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback.
Back now on offense, the Buffalo Bills. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front seven defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Throwing now is Allen. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox.
And he is going to have a Bills first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
And already down 7-0 after the touchdown a minute ago, so a 3-and-out here would not be ideal for them. Nice job finding his receiver there, and they get the first down.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Now Allen. This to Hines on the drop-off.
From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6.
Now Allen. It's complete to Diggs.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 48-yard line. And again, it's Allen. Caught right side, Davis.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. Throwing on 1st down is Allen. Able to get away. It's a loss of 8 there on the 1st down play.
Well behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 18.
Here's Allen to throw it. Dancing to his left. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. Allen from the gun on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Now the punter, Sam Martin, called on to kick it away here. And he's getting a workout here in this 1st quarter as he gets it away. This one angles out of bounds in a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Now Wilson on 1st down. Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And they'll get him down up past the 15. They needed some breathing room. He gave it to him. 11 yards and a 1st down.
And they were backed up to start the drive, but not anymore. Now that's the play call that the offensive coordinator had in his head. You saw the end result. He wanted to go ahead and push the ball downfield, and that's what they did. And they wound up with good yardage there to get things rolling.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. Tackle made there by Matt Milano. Here's 2nd and 9. Just a yard on that last run. To throw is Wilson. He's got his 6'5 receiver. That's Tim Patrick. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a 1st down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Play action. Now Wilson. And he checks this one down to Williams. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down. A 1st carry for Samaje Perine. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson.
And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Wilson to throw. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
I'll tell you what, these last couple of drives, much better from a defensive perspective. They gave up a touchdown on the opening drive, and then after forcing a punt on their last possession, It looks like they're going to get the football back again.
And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback.
Buffalo set to get the football back here. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10.
They'll start on the ground with Harris. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And they have just not been able to block him at all throughout this game. Seems like every other play, he's doing something in the backfield. Already got 2 sacks, and now here's a tackle behind the line.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. On play action, Allen. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 75 yards receiving for him now. It's a first down. How about the first quarter he's putting together out wide? Pretty impressive.
I think that he likes the fact that we're playing this as a day game. You know, some guys, they respond better in the evenings. For some reason, it builds up. For this guy, day game, and he is off and running. You're exactly right. 100 might be conservative with the start that he's had here in the first quarter.
Yeah, by the numbers, he's on pace for 200-plus right now.
And meanwhile, Allen's throw taken in by Diggs.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Now Allen again. And he completes it to the tight end, Knox. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 44-yard line. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Allen off the play fake. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going, and right now it's paying off with big chunks of yardage as shown by that last play.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd down, this is Harris. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. The Bills on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Allen now looks to throw. And that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
The kick by Bass is good.
And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field.
Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming.
They begin the drive with Williams. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line.
Boogie Basham earning himself a tackle for a loss as he stops him behind the line.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense, I think, in the future. If you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. As we thought they might do here in week 2 of the preseason, they've left their starting quarterback out there for this second quarter, but I would imagine we will not see him after halftime.
Yeah, this is the time of year you've got to get your backup some reps and make sure you protect your starting quarterback.
They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
No surprise they decided to throw on 3rd down. A little bit of a surprise that they completed the pass and lost yardage on the play.
4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Here's Stephon Diggs as he and the rest of the offense get ready to go again. Making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but he's shredding defenses, getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover 1. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 45-yard line. Here's Allen. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack.
Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game.
I'm starting to wonder if this offensive line just simply doesn't like him. I mean, they've given up 6 sacks in this game. He's had nowhere to go, nowhere to run, and obviously nowhere to hide.
And all those sacks in the first half, this is just complete domination. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Now a give, running left is Harris. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his own line and just went.
So there's 2 ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. From the 30 on 2nd down. Allen works right side into the hands of the tight end, Knox. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Allen. Toward the sideline, he will have the 1st down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet in bounds. The drive stays alive. A 3rd down gain of 8. 3rd and 4, he did just enough. I mean, just enough to move the chains.
And that's all you're looking for, right? Just want to keep the drive moving. You don't need the big play there. Just get to that marker that you described, and he was able to do just that.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Randy Gregory able to get in there yet again. That's already 3 sacks for him here in this first half of football.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Harris running straight ahead.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. The kick by Bass is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hole. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
On 2nd and 11 now. Wilson. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. On 3rd down, Wilson. And this one is incomplete. You know, during these preseason games, we're in week 2 right now, it's always funny looking at our spot charts up here in the booth because with all the guys that might play in this one, it seems to get bigger and bigger each year.
Yeah, we pretty much supersize them, don't we? Because, you know, remember, they're carrying 90 now. And with the new rules, they'll carry 90 all the way through the preseason before they make the final cut. Oh, yeah, a lot of guys to learn for these games.
A big boot that time, 57 yards the official distance. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gas,
yeah,
right?
A little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting upfield, only giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
Working with 2nd and 5 now. Allen going to throw. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
I know the game's changed. A lot of people would say it's evolved. Look, I'm a little bit Neanderthal, okay? I love this. No exotic formations, no misdirection. Just line up and run the darn ball, pick up the 1st down. I love it.
Yeah, 3rd and short, that's what you're supposed to do. Like you said, old school, smash mouth football. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Allen. He's got this one complete to Sherfield. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. They'll try the right side with Harris. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Now Allen. Steps away to his left. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. To the air, Allen. Flush to his right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. Back to throw. Allen going deep for Diggs. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Stephon Diggs, 64 yards. And the Bills have taken the lead. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
You know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. But sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. And that's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long, man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And that'll make this a 6-point game.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. And the football going back over to the Denver Broncos. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. The Broncos on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Got a man, it's Judy, complete. And he will have the Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Now Wilson on 1st down. And they take him down. The Bills get to him.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
But they've been fighting and scratching and clawing for that first sack in the game, and it turns out to be a big one. Not just a short one right there behind the line. First one they get, 10-plus yards, and the guy who has the legs to escape most of these.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Under pressure, they got him again.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. A CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But then...
oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
A.J. Epinesa.
The offensive line is in tatters as that's now 3 sacks in 3 plays.
So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
Riley Dixon now to punt it away. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. They'll start the drive with Harris. And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22. On 2nd and 9, Allen. He'll find Gabriel Davis. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. To throw, it's Allen. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. You give him 5 yards there, and it's enough for the first.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down because they did not want to give the ball up here late in the half. They'd love to take the clock all the way down and score. This will definitely help the cause.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. Throw left side complete. That's Hines. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards.
Well, his completion percentage continues to rise with that one, but sometimes you want your completion percentage to go down. Maybe you should have thought about throwing that one away.
I was just going to say, it is easier said than done, but that's where you maybe bury it at his feet, make sure he doesn't catch it.
Great call right there. Put it near the receiver, no grounding, nothing like that, but no one gets a chance to pick it off either.
Still 15 yards to go, 2nd down. And again, it's Allen going deep for Diggs. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's Harris. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Here's Sam Martin now. He's been terrific so far. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos going to go on offense now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute remaining, we'll see if they want to try to put a drive together, possibly even take the lead here with a touchdown. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Man open left side, it's Williams. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson finding Williams once more, complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Cortland Sutton, 67 yards. And the Broncos are an extra point away from moving out in front in the final minute of the half. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
McManus's point after is good, and that will give him the lead here as we get on towards halftime. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Bills going to take over now late in this first half. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. So we come upon halftime with the visiting Broncos taking the lead to the locker room as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in just a minute. Week 2 of the preseason is upon us. Each team now with just one more game after this one, and then we will get it all started as we normally do on the first Thursday after Labor Day. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Broncos. And their passing game has been the reason why they lead thus far. They've had great success moving the ball through 2 quarters of play. Meanwhile, for the Bills, they were even better throwing the football. Lots of open receivers to choose from, and you can bet that'll continue to be a focus in the second half.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this third quarter. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Here's Stidham. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. Taken in at the 22. Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
So here's the Bills offense now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. To throw again on 2nd down. Allen throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. They'll find Hines out of the backfield.
And he is going to have a Bills first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
On play action, Allen.
Finds Hines again for the completion.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 25 yards that time.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that can really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 34. Here's Hines. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Play action. Now it's Allen. Throwing left side, it's complete. Touchdown, Bills. A great play there. 36 yards. And the Bills have retaken a third-quarter lead. So a very strong first drive in the second half, Charles, as they turn that halftime deficit into a third-quarter lead.
And they were pretty purposeful there, weren't they? Measured in their approach. But, boy, they executed awfully well, moving the ball down the field.
And now Sean McDermott's made the call. They'll go for 2. Allen will try to throw for it. Allen hit. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And he's into the clear. He's at the 50. 30. Past the 20. Boy, that got pretty close to disaster. Going for 2, you cough it up. They almost returned it all the way to the other end for 2 for themselves.
You think a lecture on ball security is in order here?
Absolutely.
And it's not just taking care of it, it's what you just talked about. What can result when you don't take care of it? They almost gave up a score.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. And Denver getting set to take the field. Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, it's Stidham. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Carlos Basham picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. This defense, they just continue to feast. 5 sacks now as a unit. It's been quite an afternoon getting to the quarterback.
And we're seeing it come from a variety of places as well. Sometimes just the guys up front getting to him. Other times you add extra guys rushing the quarterback, twists and stunts. It's been a variety, and they've had no way of blocking them.
Here's Riley Dixon now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. That's pulled in at the 32. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. So the punt goes for 56 with a decent return of 13. The Bills going to take over again on offense. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Now that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Toward the sideline, and that is a nice catch as he's able to tiptoe his way out of bounds. Allen to throw once more. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. And he missed it. It's no good. And they'll be unable to build here onto their 5-point lead.
Yeah, 55 yards is anything but a gimme. You've got to really concentrate on your leg swing and proper technique. This time, though, he's unable to convert.
Denver's offense now set to go.
Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone.
Now they're set up nicely at the 45-yard line after the missed field goal from 55. The drive starts with a handoff to Pirine, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
A.J. Epinesa rushing in there and hitting him for a loss.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Stidham. That escapes, but now he's swallowed up and taken down.
Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ballgame. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now it's Stidham. And that is incomplete. Here's Riley Dixon now, as he's on to punt for Denver. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. And the Bills getting set to go. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Allen off the play fake. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. How about a 39-yard pickup? They'll take it.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? The guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route, well run, and the football, right on the money.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now Allen again, setting up the screen for Cook. They hold him to only 2 there on the screen. It's 2nd down. Now Allen.
Right back to Cook for another completion. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
This is Hines. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Here's Allen to throw it. And he's got it. And he's brought down. A solid pickup at 13 sets him up 1st and goal.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
Allen. Forced out to, and he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. It'll go as a sack and a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 2nd and goal.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. Cook is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line. Again, it's Cook. And good work there defensively as they're able to keep him out of the end zone. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what, right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. And I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
The kick by Bass is good, and that'll push the lead up to 8. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Denver's offense ready to go again. On 1st down, Stidham. He'll find its tight end. It's Adam Troutman. Stidham. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has now received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now Stidham. And dropping it off underneath, here's Pirine. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Here's Riley Dixon now, standing just outside his own goal line. This is brought in at the 21. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
Now it's Hines. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Throwing now is Allen. And he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete. Throwing is Allen on 3rd. And he fires one that's intercepted. And now the He's free. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown.
An excellent play there, CD, on the pick six. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick six.
So now the Broncos offense will come out here as they'll try to add on 2 more. After the interception, here's Stidham. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They made the decision to go for 2. They didn't get it. They remained down by 2 points. Should they have kicked it there?
Third quarter, I'm okay with it. Maybe first or second, you don't? I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, again, I keep coming back to I don't like to chase a lot of points.
Yeah.
But I also don't know what kicking an extra point being down 1 does for me.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. Now Allen to try again after the pick six. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. He'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down.
He only gave them an instant to react. It was a classic case of if you blink, you missed him. Off of the line and to the quarterback in just a couple of seconds. Running back only had a moment to react and attempt to throw a block.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Another try after the first down sack. Allen, he's got this one complete to Sherfield. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Here's Allen. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Call it a loss of 4 there on the sack. And speaking of the number 4, it brings up 4th down now.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
Here's Sam Martin now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. It'll wind up being a net of 41. 9-yard return, 50 on the punt. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. To throw is Stidham.
He'll get this to his tight end, Troutman.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
And I feel a little bit like a traitor as a former defender because that big man did not want to go down and refused to go down. If you're a defender and you don't get the right angle on a big tight end like him, he can run right through you like you're not even there, and he did a lot of that on that play.
Now Pirine. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports. Back now in Buffalo. It's been a good one so far. Just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. Now a throw here to his running back. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Now Now a carry for Pirine. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third.
Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here.
Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
So good field position for the Bills as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Now Allen. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They run with Hines. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Allen's throw complete to Shakir.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory as they've got it to the 28-yard line. From the gun, it's Allen. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
To throw again on 2nd down. Allen, and he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32.
Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12.
They'll tell the statistician to add another one to their impressive total today. Great week for the defensive front. A tough one for that offensive line. Quarterback getting right back behind that line, hoping for more time to attempt a likely 3rd down pass.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Allen now looks to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Bit of a pressure spot here for Tyler Bass.
This to at least make it a 5-point cushion.
The kick by Bass is good.
And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. On 1st and 10, it's Stidham. Completes this to Callaway over on the right side. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. On 2nd down, here's Stidham. And he's got this one complete to Callaway. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And he went nowhere. Well, he went back backwards, back to the 33. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Stidham. And they take him down. The Bills get to him.
Well, this is getting ridiculous. 8 sacks now. That's how multiple guys get to it.
Well, obviously the pass rush gets the glory and the statistics on this play. But the coverage, they deserve a ton of credit too. Denied open windows, erased the quarterback's targets one by one. Everywhere he looked, someone was covered. Only a matter of time before someone got there to bring him down.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Here's Stidham to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again.
The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
Here's Riley Dixon now as he's on to punt for Denver. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. The Bills offense coming out, ready to take over. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
On 1st down, Allen eluding and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. They'll try the left side. Hines. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46.
They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
To the air, Allen. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to put him a touchdown and a 2-point conversion up. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and they'll be unable to build here onto their 5-point lead. Now, this was still going to be a 1-score game either way, but still, that's a potentially harmful miss here in the 4th.
It certainly is, because if you consider that now if they give up a touchdown, they give up the lead. So he might be getting the side eye by the defenders coming out on the field now as he goes back to the bench after that miss.
Stidham sets to throw on 1st. Oh, no, he lost the football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
You know, this is the regular season partner. We'd be talking about just how costly a mistake that was, but probably good for him to get it out of his system right now.
Just hope for him and the team it's not a sign of things to come.
Yeah, without a doubt. Plus, got to worry about making the team. Those types of errors don't help you.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Allen following a fumble recovery. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. To throw, it's Allen. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And the Broncos are right back in this football game. A seismic shift in momentum here in the 4th quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field.
The interception sets them up with an opportunity to erase this 4th quarter deficit. Now this series could very well determine our outcome.
Now Stidham on 1st down. That's taken in by Callaway.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Now it's Stidham. Over the middle, it's complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake at the line of scrimmage, got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride, and he was able to run free after the catch.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Here's Stidham. Throwing middle, and it's complete.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you?
Now we're 1st and 10 at the 11.
They'll run it here with Pirine. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now Stidham. Touchdown! Samaje Pirine. A 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Broncos have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter.
CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. And he will not get there. He comes up short. And they're unable to push this lead to a field goal as it'll remain a 1-point game. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Bills offense back out onto the field. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. On second down, Cook. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. They got 5 through the air last play, now 5 on the ground. 1st and 10.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
On 1st down, it's Hines, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. On 2nd and 11 now, Allen looking middle, and that's complete. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On play action, Allen. And that is incomplete.
So now here in the second week of the preseason, you'd expect the starters play a little bit more than they did in week 1, but not a whole lot.
So if you're an offensive coordinator, what are you looking for?
What you're looking for is things getting cleaned up as you go along, because most of your playbook's probably installed. How well are they handling it? Easy in and out of the huddle? No mental mistakes? Are they starting to look like a good offensive football team?
Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. A new lease on life after the 4th down conversion. Here's 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Allen. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now Allen again. That's going to be caught by Coulter. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 30. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Allen. Escaping and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Allen. Setting up the screen for Cook. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd down and very long.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. 4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. Here's Allen to throw it. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
And that absolutely cannot happen. Just a gain of a yard in this situation, you've got to get chunks of yardage. Otherwise, the defense, very happy with what you're doing.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This for the lead in the final stages. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. Wow, I mean, it's so rare to even see one attempted from that distance, CD, let alone converted, but he came through with confidence and matches what was Tom Dempsey's 43-year NFL record at one point of 63 yards.
Yeah, I can still see that highlight of Dempsey making that kick, and nowadays we see it a little bit differently because, remember, Dempsey was a straight-on kicker. But these guys nowadays, the range keeps increasing, and they keep putting it through the posts.
Now Stidham. He's got Hamler. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Stidham. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down. So a field goal on this drive could settle things. Remember, no overtime in the preseason, though a tie now seems hardly likely. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. Here's Stidham. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Now Stidham. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
Oh, that's going to be a costly one. It's intercepted. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Well, you knew you had to take some chances here with the clock winding down, needing a touchdown to win it, and that one might have just sealed their fate.
Yeah, and that's the nature of the 2-minute drill. The offense trying to go downfield and make their plays. But defenses, they're sitting back watching everything that they do, but not too far back. They want to be in position to make a play on the ball, and that they did.
Buffalo offense back out ready to go. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. Up the middle they go. Hines. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. The Broncos going dime. 2 extra defensive backs for 3rd down.
Playing pass all the way.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Allen down to a knee, and that should just about do it. So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills, and a little bit of a surprise they lose the turnover battle, but wind up winning the ballgame.
And this is very unusual because you know all teams stress winning the turnover battle as a key indicator to winning ball games. So when you get something that goes against the grain like the one we saw here, it's quite the oddity. Now let's face it, they'll be very happy that they pulled this off, but they do know that in the future they've got work on taking care of the football because this won't happen very often.